Rick. I'm going to show you how to make a test in Google Forms. Right now, you can see I'm in my Gmail mailbox. This is one of the places it's easy to find your Google apps because we have the waffle right here next to my icon for my email. And if you click on the waffle, that's where you find your Google apps. So you have to find Forms. Forms looks like this. It's a purple icon. If you don't see Forms up top here, just keep scrolling down and eventually you should find it. Whoops, so I clicked off so it went away, but I'm just going to click it again. And like I said, I have it up top here because I use it a lot. You might have to scroll down farther to find it, and it closed because I accidentally moved my cursor off the arrow. But you open up Google Forms, which is this purple icon. And then they have different types of forms that are already templates that are created for you. But I usually just start with blank quiz. So I'm starting with the one that says blank quiz. So it starts just with a place to put a title. So you could title it Buddhism Test. And then you could put like a description if you wanted to, like maybe this is the chapter 6 assessment. I don't know. And then the next thing you have here, this little box here is a question. And each question will be its own little box like this. And it defaults to multiple choice. So if you click the little downward facing arrow, it gives you lots of options for different types of questions. The only ones I really ever use are multiple choice, or if I'm doing a matching, I'll use the multiple choice grid. And sometimes if I have them writing a paragraph, I'll use that. But you'll mostly probably just be using multiple choice. I'll also show you the multiple choice grid as well. But even for true false, I use the multiple choice. So to write a question, this is the text box for the question. So you click your cursor in the text box and you can see the text is highlighted. So now I just hit delete and I can write my question. So maybe who founded Buddhism? And this is where you put your choices. So I clicked in the box, so I'm going to click delete to change the text. So I'm going to put Jesus Christ Siddhartha Gautama. I don't know remember how to spell his name. Let me see if I could spell check it. Oh, it does spell check it. So I'm just right clicking and spell checking it. Muhammad. I guess I spelled that wrong too. Or Joseph S. Smith. So now I have my question. If you can, don't put add other because then it'll put the option other. So I just want those 4 choices. You could keep adding them just by clicking. If you click one that you don't want to delete it, you just click the X. So this is the question I want. Now to create the answer key, you click on this blue checkbox that says answer key. And now it's giving me the choice to put the right answer. So who founded Buddhism? The answer is Siddhartha Gautama. And then how many points do I want to be worth? 1. And then I click done. So now it has the answer key so that when the students take the test, it'll correct it for you. So if you want to add another question, what you do is you click the plus sign in the circle and it'll add another question below. If you wanted to move this question above this question here, you grab where these little dots are and you can just hold it and drag it. It didn't work. Let me do it again. Well, let me try moving this one. There it went. So And again, to type the questions, you just click on the box. If I wanted to do a true false, what I would do is, let's see. So you might write, let's see. So what would be a true false question? Let's see. The first noble truth is suffering. And then for option 1, you could put true. Option 2, you put false. And see, it automatically filled it in for me. And then I go to answer key. And it's true, I think. And then I put 1 point. And then make sure to hit done or it won't save the key. And so we have 2 questions so far. If you wanted to do a matching, let me show you how to do that. So remember, to add a new question, you hit this plus sign, and I'm going to choose multiple choice grid. And if I remember correctly, I think you want the longer part of the question to be in the row and the shorter part to be in the columns. It's easier that way. So if we had, I don't know, let me think, what could we do? I'm trying to, if you had like, I'm trying to think, what could we do for matching? Like, I don't know. Let me think of one. Okay, so what if we had like a vocab matching? Whoops, Okay, so so this would be the instructions. So like match the term with the definition. So I would put the definition in the row. So what if we had the Buddhist community of monks, nuns, and laity. And then we had the force that determines the the nature of one's rebirth. And I'm just going to do a couple here. What about the state of eternal bliss that is ultimate salvation, maybe, for nirvana. And then for this part, they don't necessarily have to match up. So you can put like nirvana, whoops, did I spell it wrong? Nirvana, the Sangha, wasn't that the Sangha the first one? And then karma. So now you go to the answer key to set the answer key, and you could do as many as you want. And now you do the right answer. So the Buddhist community is the Sangha. The force that determines the nature of one's eternal existence is karma, and the state of eternal bliss is nirvana. And don't forget to put how many points you should get for each, and then you click done. So now we have a quiz with a test with 3 questions. If you want to see what it would look like to a student, if you hit the little eye icon, you can preview it. So if I hit this, see, it's opened it in a new window. Now I can take it. So this is what it would look like to a student. So the first noble truth is suffering, true, and then this is what it looks like to the kids. So that's why you put the longer part on in the the rows instead of the columns because it would be hard to match up. Who founded Buddhism? And then this is what it looks like to the kids. They would hit submit. It says you're in. So if they hit view score, they could see what they got, and you can control how much they see. So this was the original one we were working on. And see how it says one response now? That was because I just did the preview. If you click responses, this is where you'll see who took it. So only I took it so far in the preview, and it says what I got here. So if we go back to questions, this is your little test. And then once you're all ready for the kids to take it, if you go to the little gear, this will always open up settings. So for the settings, restrict users to users in St. Francis High School and trusted organizations. So yeah, you could click that. Limit to one response. You want to make sure to click that, or they could take it more than once. Respondents can edit after submission. You don't want to click that because then they could change answers. See summary charts and text responses. They don't need to see them, so I wouldn't click that. Under presentation, you can show a progress bar if you want to, and shuffle question order. I always put that so that anyone who's taking it, like if two kids are taking it next to each other, the questions will be in a different order. Confirmation message, they'll get an email they'll get a message that their response was recorded. I just leave that canned message there. But since I changed it to shuffle question order, I'm going to hit save. Oh, and one last thing if I go back to settings, under quizzes, oh, sorry, somebody's honking outside my window. So this is a quiz, so it's going to auto grade it. Now, lock mode, if our kids are on their Chromebooks and you click lock mode, then they won't, once they're in the quiz, they won't be able to get out of it. And I've been using this for students, especially taking it in class so they can't cheat, because they were taking quizzes on PowerSchool and they were cheating. But since they're at home and some of them aren't using their Chromebooks, I stopped putting it on locked mode. But you'll notice down here, release grade, I usually have it released immediately after submission, but respondent can see. I check missed questions, yes, but I uncheck correct answers because I don't want them to have the correct answers and take a picture of it and send it to their friends. So I uncheck correct answers, and then point values, that's fine, and I hit save. When you want to send it to your students, you can go to the send button, and then I usually hit that link icon, and then I just copy the link, and you can either email it to them, or like I put it on PowerSchool or wherever you're putting your lesson plans. And then once your students take the form or take the test, you will see on the form their responses where it says responses. Once you're done, you can put it in a folder. So you know, it's funny. It should say Buddhism test, not blank quiz. So that's weird. It didn't change the title. So Buddhism, and you can put it somewhere in your Google Drive, wherever you want to put it. And if you ever lose it, you can always search for it. So if I'm in my Google Drive and like I want to find one of my tests, like I'll put Unit 2 and see here, I could see Christology, Unit 2, Trinity and Incarnation Objective. This is one of my tests. And I can tell it's a Google form because it has the Google form icon. So I hope that's helpful. You can watch this as many times as you want and stop it and pause it. And if you need any more help, just let me know. And if you want me to come over and help you make a make one, I'd be happy to do that too. Okay, thank you. Bye.